Harry, how big of a win was that on a little bit of a payback for the last time you played these guys? You got to be awful proud of your guys.
Yeah, really, really proud. Massive effort from everybody. Two halves of football which were quite different, and then towards the end, obviously with the amount of added time that went on, I think you just see the commitment from all the boys, every single one of them putting themselves on the line. And I think much deserved. Over the two games, I felt like we were the better side for most of both of those games. So really happy with the points.
No rest for the weary. Man, you guys are getting right after it. You're not coming home and talk about how that's going to kind of play into the next couple of days. Yeah,
we had the option to come back, but we just felt like for the players, the actual rest period to go directly here was more helpful. So we've tried to recover correctly, and now it's for me now it's about going to get 3 points again on Saturday.
Danny, can you talk about Go ahead, Alonso.
Derek Dawson has scored in his first 2 games with Hartford Athletic. It seems that he's been very well integrated into the team. Can you talk more about him?
Yeah, he's a good lad, Derek. He's come in. It's not high maintenance at all. He's come in. He's trained really well. I'm sure Danny will agree with that. And he's just got on with his job. His movement's really good in and around the box, and he's took his chances. And that's why we brought him in. Obviously, with the absence of Warmer and JC, we needed an extra body in. But it was just really important that we get the right people in the door because of what we've got here in terms of the group collective, the family feel. We need the right people in, so it's important that we select them wisely.
Danny, did it feel like a playoff game the other night against Tampa Bay? Was it that intense?
Yeah, I think anytime you play a team that's projected to do well, you kind of take it as a playoff game. But really with us, it's we take every game just as serious. So for us, it's just continuing to learn from every game and continuing to get better as a group.
Then, Coach, Alfonso Vasquez has been playing with games with AC Connecticut. How is his development going?
Yeah, he scored three last night. It's just important that he gets minutes. So, we're managing that and making sure that we're managing it with all of our players, that they're getting the right amount of minutes. And we've got a plan for Alfonso, and that, the plan is to continue to get him minutes on the pitch, and then he'll get his opportunities with us. He's got another game on Saturday. I've set him the target that I want 5 goals this week, so he's 3 goals on the way there. So we want another 2 at the weekend.
Danny, can you talk about the difference between this year and last year as far as you're on a road trip? A little more freedom. You're not locked down in a hotel room a couple days to kind of get back to normal. How's that feel?
Yeah, it feels great, obviously, without having the COVID situation and all the protocols. But it's still a job. It's still a work week, and we're still out here concentrating. And it helps that we have these extra days to spend together. It's rare you get 5 days as a group in a trip together. So it's just about continuing to build our communication and our understanding of each other and of our group. So yeah, it's great that now we can kind of have proper meals together and share a little bit more unity time. But yeah, it's still we're still here to work.
Thank you.
Danny, put me on the field. What's it like being on the field with this energy, this group, and just the way that this team is playing this year?
It's definitely a special group this year, I'll tell you that. Guys are so bought in, but when you're out there, you're looking to your left, you're looking to your right, these guys are your brothers, and you're just fighting for them. What every point means, what every challenge means, every finish, every tackle. So you're in there, last 15 minutes, you're literally dying, you're out of breath, you've already ran 10 miles, and you still find a way to push through that when you see the guys next to you, and guys taking balls in the face, guys willing to tackle, guys willing to do the hard, dirty running. So, that feeling is contagious, really, in our group. And it's not just the guys that are here, the guys that aren't here, and the guys that are coming off the bench, the game changers. They've really been game changing. So, I think we've got such a special group, and Harry's really brought us together and really connected us all. and we can feel that on the field where, you know, somebody makes a mistake, it's all right. We got each other's back. You know, we're willing to put that extra 5-10 yards that maybe before you'd be like, I'm really tired, but you just like, I'm just going to push through it. So it's definitely a special feeling being out there.
Thank you.
And Coach, Juan Martinez scored yesterday for El Salvador in the World Cup. Did you tell him anything before he went to play in this tournament with his national team?
No. Just wished him good luck. You know, we're really proud of Warmer for getting selected. That was one of his long-term goals that he wrote down at the beginning of the season. I think that's where I lean on Danny a lot in terms of, you know, I'm sure he had a chat with him before he went and give him some advice from a player's perspective. But I see the goal last night. It was a scramble goal, which I thought was great to watch. But really, really happy for him. He got an assist in the previous game, and he's built on that with another goal. So he's definitely repaying, you know, the coach of the national team for selecting him. So we're really happy with him.
Harry, can you give us a scouting report about Charleston on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Be an interesting one. They've had a couple of players in on emergency loans, which has been difficult for us to, you know, really nail down what their starting 11 will be. They'll sit in a 4-4-2 block shape when they don't have the ball, try and condense the space. Play with two wingers that, you know, really go for you, and then set pieces will be something that we need to be mindful of in swingers. But, you know, again, a lot of our language is about ourselves, you know, and how we sort of want to buy into our game plan. And if we can turn up with the same energy and intensity as the other night, we'll definitely win the game.
In both games, Juan Martinez just played a few minutes, and he really took advantage of his chances. So it kind of shows, you know, like maybe that mentality of, you know, really taking your chances when you got them, because he got both an assist and a goal in just, you know, a few minutes of game time.
Yeah, and that's all he can do. All he can do is perform when he gets his opportunity. And, you know, like you say, his goals and assists to minutes ratio is outstanding. So, you know, whenever he gets the nod, whenever the manager puts his faith in him, all he can do is repay him. And, you know, I think they're playing Mexico next, so it'll be another milestone for him playing against the, you know, fantastic football nation, and hopefully he gets a few more minutes.
Harry, what do you guys do a night like tonight? You're 2 days away from your game. What do you have the fellas do on a night like tonight when you're on the road?
Yeah, we have different things. We have team meetings. Sometimes, I mean, our last away trip in Loudon, we all went together to watch an MLS game. It's important to find the right balance between, you know, choosing to do an activity and then choosing to let the guys have their own opportunity to rest or to go on walks or whatnot. So we've got a couple of things planned. We're going to train this evening. So this evening's a training session when the weather dies down a little bit. So the boys will eat shortly. Then we'll go over a little bit of analysis ahead of training, go and train, and then come back and have some more downtime. And I think Danny's spot on with a point that he said earlier. You can't put a price on the small, informal chats that the boys are just having together, just sitting down, either playing cards or talking about the game or just getting to know each other even more. I believe you learn more about each other in one away trip than you do in 6 months of not having an away trip. The time is invaluable.